What is up, guys? Private Eye Rush here. Welcome to another episode of the Private Eye Rush Show. Before we continue the intro, let's go ahead and listen to what this gentleman has to say from the land down under. Shout out to my Aussie homies. I've been down there 3 times. Loved it every single time. They are some of the nicest, warmest, and most hospitable people you will ever meet. And I wound up meeting a lot of really attractive young women, but that's not for this channel. So let's go ahead and hear what this guy has to say. Fair use, and then we'll discuss afterwards.
Well, after spending the night behind bars, the fate of adult star Bonnie Blue is tonight in the hand of Indonesian immigration officials who may deport her from Bali. More than a dozen Australians also caught up in the scandal.
Hiding their faces but still keen to document the moment. Nothing can get between these so-called creators and their content.
Hey guys, any comment guys? Hey guys.
All right. Here's a pro tip, guys. If you got to hide your face, for whatever you might be doing, if you have to hide your face, you're probably doing the wrong thing. But let's keep going. Like, these guys get their faces covered, but your content is going to be on her content if it gets posted. But I don't get that. But all right.
14 Australians questioned over the possible production of pornography.
14 with Bonnie Blue. That's not even a warm up for her. I won't go into details, but you guys know who she is. She's famous for having fun bedroom activity on video with like hundreds of guys at a time. Like, unbelievable number. But anyway, let's keep going. Fair use.
Police seizing cameras, condoms and clothing. The allegation, a serious violation of Indonesia's decency laws.
Dugaan tindak pidana.
We received information regarding activities that may violate public decency laws, this official said. Condoms and clothing. The allegation, a serious violation of Indonesia's decency.
You see that vehicle? I actually wound up in the back of one of those vehicles. I made a video. Maybe I'll make one to flesh it out more further back in my playlist. I got arrested on my 21st birthday in Dubai. There was a huge bar fight, and I was the only person who got arrested because that was the only time I actually was inebriated, first and last time. And I wound up knocking myself silly and got arrested. And I wound up in the back of one of these cars. I felt ridiculous. and I was sitting back there with their public security guys, like handcuffed, like, oh boy, what next? But yeah, this is not a fun ride. Nice vehicles. I wish I had one, but nice vehicle, but not a fun ride. Let's keep going.
Decency laws.
Dugaan tindak pidana.
We received information regarding activities that may violate public decency laws, this official says. They were allegedly producing and distributing indecent videos and other content. Controversial British adult star Bonnie Blue spent a second day being interrogated. One of 18 people hauled before Balinese authorities and by...
Okay, how did they find out about this? Well, they're all social media people. So obviously somebody posted something. This is why people and places and corporations put embargoes on different things. Not defending her actions. You're in a foreign country. It's illegal there. You shouldn't be doing whatever she may allegedly, we got to say allegedly, have been doing. But someone got a little bit happy with their Twitter fingers or whatever, or X fingers, and started posting stuff, and people got word.
By far the best known.
We're all guests here in Bali. That's not the image that we want Bali to be portrayed in. So there was a big backlash from the community here, both the expat community and the local community.
Bonnie Blue had spent the past few days boasting about her Bali schoolies trip.
Or instead of Twitter fingers, somebody from the locals there probably dimed them out. They're like, yo, hey, they're doing this, they're doing that. I'm not really big on snitching, but stuff happens. You still got to be careful. OPSEC would have prevented this problem. It's operational security.
But it's fast become nothing to write home about. There were videos of the adult star picking up men in her ute. Now it's been impounded. Bonnie Blue and 3 others, including a 28-year-old Australian man, have now been taken to Bali's immigration office. She's been banned from Australia and kicked out of Fiji. Tonight it appears a similar fate.
What do you have to do to get banned from a country? Australia, Fiji. Australia is a very liberal country. And so she had to really have gone off the deep end to get banned from there. Fiji, Indonesia has incredibly stiff, pause, no pun intended, incredibly stiff morality laws or decency laws, I guess you can call it. So let's go ahead and go to, well, let me finish this first for use.
Fate awaits her in Bali too.
Okay, so let's go ahead and discuss traveling and chicanery and tomfoolery and not respecting other people's laws. So Indonesia, I believe, if I'm right. Hold on, let's go ahead and ask Gemini. What was the American citizen that was caned in Indonesia? It was Michael Fay.
It appears there might be a confusion between Indonesia and
Singapore, sorry.
The most famous and highly publicized incident of an American citizen being caned was Michael Fay.
There you go, got the name right.
American teenager who was caned in Singapore in 1994 for vandalism. Who? Michael Fay.
All right, so what he did was he went to, that's Singapore, not Indonesia. Sorry, made a mistake. When you say something wrong, people on the internet, oh, you're lying. No, it was a mistake. Okay, it's a long time ago. All right, but he marked up some place, tagged it up with graffiti, thinking it was going to be funny. He got caught. He got caned. Okay, so the caning over there, you can look it up. I'm not going to show it on the channel here. It's extremely violent. This is not like a walking stick cane. This is a cane specifically made for whooping your behind. And when I say whooping your behind, I mean literally he got, I think it was either 10 or 20 lashes with this. It wasn't a cat o' nine tail or a whip, but it was a cane. And these guys are specially trained to get the most juice out of every single swing. Like they put their whole body into it and draw it across. You know, just not just the impact, but it's a sliding across like a slashing motion. This dude wound up having to get skin graft on his backside. Think about that now. He got the skin flayed off of his behind. He literally got his behind whooped because he thought tagging up and disrespecting someone else's laws and customs was going to be funny. And he talked about it later saying, yeah, I shouldn't have done that. Yeah, I'm pretty sure he shouldn't have. Shout out to him. I'm sure he's still alive and well, probably showing off the skin grafts. Wouldn't it be funny? He was a small Caucasian guy. Wouldn't it be funny if all they had was like black skin? And so now the white guy walking around with a black booty. But I don't know how I even came up with that. But sorry about that. I'm running on not much sleep. I was up at 2 a.m. yesterday morning. I thought I was going to get to sleep around 10, wound up having to go out and do some work again. And so I'm up early this morning because I've got some more work to do later on today, and I've got a ton of work to do tomorrow as well, too. So no rest for the weary, as they say. But when you go places and travel places, now she may wind up in trouble. She may wind up getting deported, which, that's a small price to pay. But, if you're in the wrong place and you do that, like say if you try to pull something like that in one of the Middle Eastern countries, like you don't want to go there. You don't want to go to the kingdom. Respect. When I say the kingdom, I mean the kingdom of Saudi Arabia. You better respect every single law and statute and everything else there, man. Boy, oh boy. Cats in the Middle East are not playing, especially the kingdom. Remember, I'm emphasizing that, guys that go visit over there, be respectful. Be respectful of any country you go to, not just the ones that might behead you if you mess up really badly. Go to every place you go. Like I remember, I was on a podcast called Homeboy in the Pharaohs. Shout out to him. How you doing, brother? And we were talking about traveling. I've traveled all over the world, not just in the capacity as a private military contractor or in the military during my military days, but as just a traveler, a tourist. And so there was one guy on YouTube, social media. He literally came out and said, oh, you black guys that think you want to go visit these places. And he was living over there now. You're not going to be welcome here or become part of the community. Well, guess what? We're not going there to become part of the community or move over there. We're going over there to have fun and enjoy ourselves. The funny thing was, it's Romania. I've been to Romania a few times. I've been to Czech Republic a few times. I've been to Latvia. I've been all over the old Eastern European countries. I love those countries, love the architecture, love the vibe, and the people are super, super cool. Here's how you get people to be cool to you wherever you go. Respect their laws. Do your research, understand what the laws are. Because what might be commonplace here in the United States of America might be verboten or haram over there. So you've got to understand the laws. You got to understand the customs. You know, you have to respect both those things and respect the people when you're dealing with them, and you will be welcome every single place you go. Every place I went, I was a gentleman. I was cool at everybody, and I met so many beautiful and went out with so many beautiful women in all these Eastern European countries, and I was able to do so because I wasn't a douchebag. So ignore people out there who tell you can't go somewhere. I'm not a fan of these limitations. Well, you can't visit here because of X, Y, or Z. You know what, man? Tell those people to go kick rocks. And that's what I said in the video. Ignore that dude. He's, you know, whatever his problem is his problem. Leave it alone. But when you go places, my point is when you go places, you have to be respectful. Michael Fay in Singapore, sorry, not Indonesia. You know, and you go to Singapore, like I went there once, like you're not allowed to bring gum into the country. I don't know if that's changed. It was a while ago, but you're not allowed to bring gum in the country. God help you if you litter and if you're guilty of vandalism. Look what happened to Homeboy. I think we've got a couple other people, Americans, who brought vape products or whatever it might be, and they could be facing the death penalty. Hopefully they do not. I made a video about one gentleman, basketball player he could be facing the death penalty because he had some vape products sent to his house that contain THC. They're not playing that over there, man. Like, and there are some countries, like I've been to Cuba a couple of times as well too. Well, 3 times. I need to go back because I'm running out of Cuban cigars. But in Cuba, the penalty for having, okay, you got marijuana, it's 10 years. And cocaine or heroin, 20 years, hard labor. And you don't want to go to a Cuban prison. Every place is not like the West, right? And some could say that's good, that's bad. I'm not placing judgment one way or the other. What I'm saying is when you go to these places, you got to know where you are and know where you stand and just be a good citizen, man. There's nothing worse than going someplace and seeing other Americans act like the ugly Americans, man. Don't be the ugly Americans. That's not any particular race. I've seen it from everybody. I've seen black people behave ugly. I've seen white people behave ugly. And I always feel self-conscious, like, oh, man, come on, man. You're making us all look bad. And I've seen it a bunch. But I never had to deal with that sort of thing because I know how to be a good guest. If I walk into your home, I'm going to be respectful of your home. If you walk into my home, I'm going to expect the same thing. And I'll give you guys a brief story, then I'll end the video. This was years ago when I was still married. Thanksgiving dinner, my wife at the time invited one of her coworkers and her fiance. Now, I didn't know this dude from anywhere. Never met him before he's coming to my house for Thanksgiving, which is always kind of an awkward thing. And after this, I prevented her from doing that because I'm like, no strangers in my home. You know, if I don't know you from someplace else, you're not walking into my home. Because here's what happens. They ring the doorbell. I knew her coworker. Hey, how you doing? You know, did the sideways hug thing. And this dude didn't greet me, didn't shake my hand, walked past me, sat down on my couch, and picked up my remote control. I don't even know which one of those is most offensive, but they're all offensive. But in particular, you know, now the only thing worse, if he had went and touched my thermostat, it would have been on. Sorry, don't touch my thermostat. I will whoop your behind. I will cane you. I'll get out a cane and you will face corporal punishment. Do not touch my thermostat. Anyway, so this dude just walks in my house like it's a hotel lobby and puts his feet up. Like had flip-flops on, takes off his flip-flops and puts his bare feet on my coffee table. And so I just looked at him like, and I looked at my wife and she was like, uh-oh. And you could tell, she could tell it was a wrap. I was like, yo, dude, I said, put on your flip-flops, put down my remote control, you got to go. He said, what? I said, dude, you're going to walk in my door, not greet me, the man of the house, sit on my couch, kick your feet up like it's your house, pick up my remote control and just chill and don't acknowledge me? Yeah, dude, you got to go. Then he got apologetic. His fiance got apologetic. I was like, no, you both have to go. You are leaving right now. There is no forgiveness. There is no, we're going to shake hands and start over. You've got to go. All right. And so I understand some of these countries, people come in their house, in their country, and they think, okay, this is a tiny country. I'm American. I'm British. I'm European. I can do what I want. Nah, man, no, you cannot. You will go over there and get run over by that legal system, and you will get smashed. Be a good citizen wherever you go. Anyway, it's your boy Private Eye Russ. If you guys got any value out of this video, please consider hitting the like button. It means nothing to you, costs you nothing, but it means a lot to the channel. Subscribe for more content. I've got some good things coming up towards the end of the year, beginning of next year. Some really, really good and exciting things, especially for men. And share the videos, get in the comment section, join the Discord. All that will be linked in the description below if you need private investigative services, if you need a pre-marital or a long-term relationship background check to understand the history of your future partner. Shout out to me. Send me a direct message on X at Private Eye Russ. Follow me on X as well, too. This is your boy, Private Eye Russ. I will talk to you guys in the next one. I'm out.